Hello everyone, in this video I am going to explain Hough Transform, which is the topic of digital image processing. So what is Hough Transform? Hough Transform is a feature extraction technique. So what does feature mean? Let's take an example of any image. Let's take an example of this image. So what are the features? The corners, edges, circles, contours are nothing but features available in the image. And Hough transform can be used to detect lines, circles, or dots in the image. The idea of Hough transform is every edge point in the edge map is transformed to all possible lines that could pass through that point. That means you can see here, if you can see the edges, so multiple lines are drawn which can pass through the edges. Or you can see this edge, so multiple lines are drawn, and hence you got the edges of image. So here it is used to detect the edge of image. Now, how to map a unique line into Hough space? Let's take an example of this. Here you can see that there is a graph and there is a straight line. What is equation of straight line? Equation of straight line is y equal to mx plus c, wherein x is this is x-axis, y is y-axis. Okay. What is m? M is slope of this line. What is m? M is slope of this line. And what is c? C is y-intercept. That means this value, this particular value of y-axis. So y equal to mx plus c is equation of this line which is in image space. That means this line is available in the image. So when we convert it into Hough transform, when we map it into parameter space, we get it as a point. That means lines get mapped into point. But then here coordinates will change. Now the coordinates are on x-axis you will get theta and on y-axis you will get r. Then what is this theta and what is this r? So if you consider this, like suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is any line. And P0, P1, P2, P3 are points on that particular points lying on that line. So when you join this coordinate, 0 coordinate, that means at x equal to 0 and y equal to 0, and draw a perpendicular on this line, then you will get some angle between this line and x-axis. That angle is known as theta 0, or you can say that it is a theta 0 value. And the distance of line from this 0 coordinate is said that it is the minimum distance and it is r0 value. So theta 0, r0, that means this value. What is theta 0, r0? It is theta 0 is when you draw perpendicular on that line, the angle made by x-axis and line is theta 0. And the minimum distance between this line, that means r, is r0. Now when you draw these lines on this line, you will get various values of theta and r. So this is theta axis and this is r axis. But if you have a line and when you map it on the Hough space or parameter space, you will get a single point. Now how to convert, how to map it from x-axis to r theta axis or I theta, r theta space. So there is an equation r equal to x cos theta plus y sin theta. If you want to convert this equation, now you know what is r, what is theta, what is x, and what is y. This equation is used to convert xy space into r theta space. If you want to convert this equation in the form of y equal to mx plus c, then you can keep y on one side and put all other parameters on another side. So you will get y equal to minus cos theta upon sin theta into x plus r by sin theta, wherein you can now say that this is your m and this is your c. Now the Hough transform is all about converting points in xy space to lines in MC space. So what is Hough transform? Hough transform is nothing but, suppose this is your xy space, that is x and y coordinate, and if you have multiple points in this, then in Hough transform it is said that it is a parameter space. You will get a line for all points. That means converting point into lines is Hough transform. Now we know that what is equation of straight line? Straight line equation is y equal to mx plus c. It can be represented as c equal to y minus mx in the MC space. Now this is xy space. XY space, and there are multiple points. This is a straight line with slope equal to m, and this y-intercept is equals to c. And there are various collinear points on this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And for every point, every coordinate, there are coordinates are different. For every point on this line, the coordinates, that means x and y values are always different. So when you draw lines for these coordinates, all these lines will intersect at one point. Now this is MC space. MC space means on x-axis there is M and on y-axis there is space. That means if you have a line and there are collinear points on this line, and if you draw the equation for these points, then all the lines will intersect at one point. What is this point? This point is nothing but the Hough transform of this line. And what are these lines? Lines are nothing but you are converting these points into parameter space. Now for better understanding, let's take an example. Different cases of Hough transform applied to straight line. Let's take this is x and y. This is image space. This is known as image space. We have any equation y equal to ax plus b. It is not x. You can say it is mx plus c. This is mx plus c. Okay. This is m. Now, when we convert this line into parameter space, you get a single point. When you convert this line into parameter space, that means in MC space, you get a single point. Now here in image space, this is your image space. Second example. This is image space. In image space, there is a single point which is in black color, and there are three lines, that is purple, blue, and green. So when we convert, when we map it into parameter space, for three lines, you will get 3 points. And for this point, you will get a single line. And now, since all these 3 lines are crossing at the black point, it means these 3 points are lying on this. That means they are collinear points on this straight line. Now let's take another example. Here we have this line and we have 3 points. This is image space. Image space. Now when we convert it into parameter space, what happens? These points will get converted into lines. And this line, black line, will get converted into point. But since these points are on the straight line, this point which is drawn, which is a mapping of line, will be exactly at the intersection of all these lines drawn for these 3 points. Similarly, you can see here this is a black point and these are 3 lines again intersecting at this point, and when we map it into parameter space, again you will find for this point this is line, and for this line these are points and they are collinear. That means they are lying on the straight line. So same concept we have to use in this example. When we solve this example of Hough transform, what is given? Given 5 points, use Hough transform to draw a line joining these points. So 5 points are given. If you draw these 5 points on the graph, you will find these points like this. Every point has x and y coordinates. So these are x and y coordinates which we have drawn on the table. Now how to solve this? So first you know that what is equation of line? Equation of line is y equal to mx plus c. So first we will convert it into MC space. We have to convert it into MC space, and hence we will take c on one side and we'll transfer mx on the another side. So we will get c is equals to y minus mx. Now in this table, represent these first 2 rows as it is xy and all values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is this 1, 4? So these are coordinates. This is x equal to 1, y equal to 4. Then here x equal to 2, then y equal to 3, x equal to 3, y equal to 1, x equal to 4, y equal to 1, x equal to 5, all coordinates of all these points. Then you have to write equation for this parameter space c equal to y minus mx. So here c equal to, what is y? Y is 4 minus m. M is unknown because it is slope m. X is 1. So that's why it is c is equals to 4 minus m. Now c equal to, for this c equal to y. What is y? 3 minus m. M is unknown, x is 2. So 3 minus mx. Then c equal to, again 1 minus 3m. Then c equal to y minus mx. X is 4. So it is 1 minus 4m, and so on. So this is how you have to complete this table. Then let's go to the next step of lines, which we have already done. C is equals to 4 minus m, c is equals to 3 minus 2m, and so on. Now draw these lines on graph, but in MC space, MC plane. So what we have to do? You have to draw all these lines in MC space, or you can say MC plane, wherein again this is a graph. X-axis is M and y-axis is C. So you have to draw a line. C is equals to 4 minus M. So C is equals to 4 minus M, this line. How will you draw? C is equals to 4. Every time put one value for, some value for C and some value for M, and you will get automatically this line. You know how to draw. If you have equation, you should be able to draw. You have to change the values of M and C, 0, 1, 2, and you will get this line. Then draw a line for C is equals to 3 minus 2M. Every time, so you will get C is equals to 3 minus 2m. This line, you will get C is equals to 1 minus 3m. So this is C is equals to 1 minus 3m, and so on. So draw all the lines for all the equations. Now, after this, what you have to do? You have to observe where maximum lines are intersecting to each other. What we have to observe? We have to observe where maximum lines are intersecting to each other. So when you observe, except 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1 means this particular line. This particular line. Okay. So except 3 minus 1, all remaining points meet at common point minus 1, 5. So you can see this point, all lines are meeting at this point. What is this point? This point is x, this m is equals to minus 1. What is this point? You can see here m is equal to minus 1. M equal to minus 1. And what is value of C? C is equals to 5. You can see here, observe C is equals to 5. So we have got this point where maximum lines are crossing each other or intersecting each other. So here m is equals to minus 1 and C is equals to 5. So how will you write the equation of y? So y is equals to minus x plus 5. So y is equals to minus mx. It is minus mx plus c. It is not actually minus, it is mx plus c. But here m is minus 1, and that's why it is coming minus 1x plus c means 5. So we have got this equation, that is y is equals to minus x plus c. So let me erase this before I go to the next. Yeah. So now we have got this equation of line, that is y is equals to minus mx plus c. Now draw this line. So how will you draw? Y is equals to, when x is equals to 0, when x is equals to 0, y is equals to 5. So when value of x was 0, y was 5. Okay, so this one point. Now if x is equals to 1, if x is equals to 1, y is equal to, if x is equals to 1, y will be equal to 4, because 5 minus 1. When x equal to 2, y is equals to 3. When x equal to 3, y is equals to 2. So you will get this point, and by using this equation of line, you can draw this line. And this is your final solution. This is the line which we wanted to draw. This is the line which is asked to draw in the example. Hence, using Hough's transform, we use the formula of Hough's transform. The line is drawn joining only 4 points, that is 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 5. We couldn't because this line, the fifth line, is not crossing the point, so we could draw a line joining only 4 points, and that points are given from except because the 3, 1 is not crossing this point. So this is the solution of Hough's transform. Now let's see another example. Using Hough's transform, find line passing through the maximum number of points. So these points are given 3, 4. These are x and y coordinates of points. So we will write these points in the tabular form. So x is written in this first row and y points are written on the second row, like 3, 4, 0, -4, 1, 4. Now we know that equation of line is y is equals to mx plus c. Okay, now convert it in the form of c. So c is equals to y minus mx. So y minus mx. So what we have to do? Now we will write the equation of line. Now I have written the same table vertically. This x and y vertically. I have taken x in the first column, y value in the second column, and equation of line in the third column. So c is equals to y means 4 minus mx. Mx is 3. So we have used the same process. We have converted it into MC space, and we have written equation for C equal to for all. Now using this equation, we have to draw lines in the parameter space, that is MC space. Now you know how to write. You have to keep changing the values. Take c is equals to 0, or take m is equals to 0 and find out what is value of c. Then take m is equals to 1 and find out what is value of c, and so on. And then draw all these lines. So these lines are drawn based on all these for every equation. Now we have to observe how many lines, where the maximum lines are crossing. So here you have to observe where the maximum lines are crossing. So in previous example, maximum lines were crossing at one point, but here all lines are almost separate. But observe that only 3 points in the data lie on a straight line in XY plane, and hence 3 lines in MC's plane meet at point 2.5 minus 0.4. So maximum lines means only 3 lines are crossing here. Maximum lines means this is one line, then this is second line, and this is third line. Otherwise, at other places, if you see only 2 lines are crossing, if you see only 2 lines are crossing, here only 2 lines are crossing, here also only 2 lines are crossing, here also only 2 lines are crossing. So this is the only point where 3 lines are crossing. So we can consider that this is the point where maximum lines are crossing. So what is point? It is minus 2.5. This is 2.5. Sorry, x equal to 2.5. So this is x value. So here 1, 2. This is 2.5. And here on this axis, this is your m axis. This is m axis, and this is c axis. Okay, so m value is 2.5. And c value is minus 4, because on the bottom side, since it is on bottom side below this x coordinate x-axis, that's why it is minus 4. So it is 2.5 minus 4, where x equal to 2.5 and y equal to minus 4. And in MC space, if you see, x means nothing but m and y is nothing but c. Now you have to draw a line for this equation. What is equation? We know that y is equals to mx plus c. So y equal to, what is m value? M value, it is 2.5. What is m value? It is 2.5. So mx plus c. What is c value? C value is 4 minus 4. So mx plus c, here it should be minus 4. And for this equation, you have to draw line. So it is 2.5 minus 4. 2.5 x minus 4. This is equation of this line. So this is your final solution. So converting points in xy plane to line in the MC space. So I hope you understood how to solve the problems of Hough transform and how to draw a line that that converts the point in the image space. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching.